wide receiver throwing a pass, a running back pitching it back to his QB for the deep bomb, or an elaborate maneuver with multiple men running the rock. The most entertaining aspect of our game has got to be the trick play. The use of trickery to outwit your opponent adds a flair to the game not present in other sports, and is one of the reasons that made us fall for the madness of football. So, let's define the term, teach you how they work, and go over some of our favorite designs. A trick play utilizes some form of design and deception to gain yardage. But by this definition, even something as common as a play-action pass or draw play would count. So we need to narrow it down further. To be a true trick play, you have to use this deception to attack an opponent's tendency or gap in their scheme. Once a weakness has been identified, it's meticulously set up by presenting the same look over and over, luring your opponent into thinking it's the mundane. Timing is everything, and a well-executed trick play on an unprepared foe is devastating. When watching film, coaches are looking for tendencies to attack, and the easiest one is over-aggression. If a specific player or unit is acting too eager to make a play, then a trick play is a perfect answer, countering downhill aggression with unexpected passes and over-pursuit with reversing runs. Scheme-specific trick plays are exactly that, and as such are much harder to talk about. Hours upon hours of film reveal team tendencies, and plays can be crafted to attack them. These are especially common on special teams. The league's love for a fad and wanting to hire the minions of the hottest coach also leaves many teams sharing schemes, and if you're running similar stuff, you're going to know where the holes are. And don't forget straight out thievery. There's nothing new in football, and if you see a team find a cool play that works one week, you can be damn sure somebody's going to steal it and run it next week. The trick plays we know today come in a variety of packages. So, let's explore the X's and O's. One of the most common trick plays you'll see is a pass from someone other than the QB. The offense will get the ball to a skill position player in space, giving them the option for a pass, but still with the perceived threat of running. Some of the best examples in recent memory come from Derrick Henry, whose gravitational pull creates some unique play designs. The Titans bring in an extra tackle in the jumbo pistol set, overloading the right side and signaling all-out run. They'll pull the left guard too as Tannehill hands off on what looks to be power right. However, this is all to set up a pass. The pull and pistol formation create a pocket of space for Henry to throw, and Okonkwo bluffs the down block before cutting on a corner route. Trey Brown calls for a pass off as he needs to protect the edge, but everyone's got their eyes in the backfield, allowing Henry to hit a fadeaway to his tight end for the wide open score. Out of the Wildcat, they again overload that right side and are going to fake the outside zone that way, signaling they're going for the pylon. Everyone's got to sell out to stop Henry on the goal line, and this opens up another opportunity for a throw. Josh Weil will leak out behind the chaos as the backside of the line cut block to open up a throwing window. Henry sells it hard before throwing a beautiful touch pass to the back of the end zone. Against the Packers, the Titans go back to the jumbo pistol set, selling the run, but once again setting up space for the pass. Tannehill hands it off on what looks like inside zone right, but when Henry gets to the line of scrimmage, he gives us his best 2008 Tim Tebow impression, elevating for the jump pass and tossing up an alley-oop to his tight end for 6. And here's a fantastic piece of design from the Eagles, picking up on the Cardinals' all-out sell on the brotherly shove. The low wedge on 4th down brings everyone up close, before Goddard starts slight motioning on the snap. The Cards read the pitch out to Gainwell, but almost too well, as the safety flows to protect the edge, allowing Devontae Smith to sneak into the space behind for the reception. That's the running back pass covered. Now, the wide receiver pass, or what is often referred to as the double pass. The ball will be thrown wide, usually on a swing route, often in motion, appearing to set up a screen or some form of quick hitter to the boundary. Crucially, the first pass actually goes backwards, counting as a lateral, allowing the player to throw a double pass downfield. Here, the corner hesitates and steps up, allowing Amendola to get in behind, and Edelman drops in a beauty for the score. Setting these plays up is also a crucial part of getting them to work. Against the Vikings' blitz-heavy unit, Kellen Moore and the Chargers threw countless swing screens, trying to get the ball out of Herbert's hands fast and away from the crowded line of scrimmage. Once the defense started biting and selling out to stop the screen, they can hit them with a double pass. Keenan Allen orbit motions this time and is the recipient of the swing pass. And with the DBs on high alert, they shed their man to try to make a tackle. However, this wasn't no screen, as Mike Williams and Josh Palmer slip free into the secondary, and a calm Allen has a choice of two guys, setting his feet to find Williams with nothing but green grass to run into. And this time, it's the Chargers' turn to fall victim. Michael Davis thinks that Jacoby is running an orbit motion and flies to the far side of the field. But really, it's an orbit return, with Aiden O'Connell throwing the quick screen to Myers. Asante Samuel Jr. and Eric Kendricks quickly collapse the space, but nobody picks up the best player on the field, allowing for an easy pass to Davante Adams. I'll tell you what's not a trick play. This free pick from our newest sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. The NFL season is finally here, and our partner Underdog wants to hook y'all up. They're offering a free CeeDee Lamb pick for everyone right now. CeeDee only needs 1 yard for this pick to win, so make sure to use it before it's gone. Click the link in the description to sign up now and deposit using our promo code THINK to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a free pick. Don't sweat if you do miss it, because Underdog is treating us to a promo every day in September to celebrate the return of the league. How does it work? Create entries of only NFL picks, or mix and match across your other favorite sports by picking higher or lower on player projections like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and much more. Check out my picks for the upcoming Sunday games and join the action. Again, use promo code THINK for first-time depositors to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a free pick. That's promo code THINK. The Flea Flicker is another fan favorite. The running back will get the ball on a handoff, only to pitch it back to the QB for a pass. It functionally works as a play action, forcing the defense into thinking it's a run, then attacking the vacated space behind the collapsing defense. Against the Seahawks, it creates a simple pitch and catch. With eyes in the backfield, they see a handoff from Goff and all bite up, assuming Khalif Raymond is just motioning inside to block the safety. Gibbs then stops and pitches the ball back to his QB, as Raymond streaks down the right into open grass. This is as clean a look as you'll get in the NFL, and Goff drops in a beauty. And here's Andy Reid putting some sauce on it with the toss throwback. As the ball is snapped, Mahomes reverse pivots and tosses the rock to Jerick McKinnon before wheeling out wide. The Chiefs set up sweep blocking for McKinnon, but that's just a fake, as he calmly sets his feet and tosses it back to his QB. As Mahomes catches the lateral, Noah Gray slips his down block and runs a drag into the open space as part of a two-man concept. Nobody picks him up, and this is an easy sidearm for Kermit. I'm here. The reverse is aimed to pick on the defense's over pursuit, sending the ball in one direction before lateraling it to another player coming in the opposite direction. This is particularly effective against teams who struggle with backside contain, crashing too hard to stop the run. Back to Ben Johnson's bag of tricks, and what looks like an ordinary outside run puts the Packers in trouble. They pull the center and guard to sell the sweep left, but this quickly becomes a reverse as Khalif Raymond gets the pitch from Gibbs. The blockers on the backside of the play create a wall, and that much momentum into that much grass is going to cause trouble. A reverse is something I constantly see get mislabeled, so let's clear some things up. A reverse is not the same thing as an end around. For it to be considered a reverse, the ball needs to start moving one way and then reverse in direction. It's an easy mistake to make, especially when the play is designed to deceive. Here's the perfect example from those tricky lines. The ball is first faked inside, but not reversed, given to Josh Reynolds on the end around, who then pitches the ball to Jameson Williams, reversing the direction of the play. This line is a weapon in itself and leaks out to create a wide open running lane to the end zone. And here's Miami using both their speedsters to open up space. The defense has to collapse down to Tyreek on the jet sweep, as he got that getaway from the cop speed, and a quick pitch to Waddle sees him with a wall of blockers for some big yards. Building off the reverse is the reverse pass, better known as the Philly Special. Its design is similar to those we've been showing, but instead of the QB hooking up to block the end, they'll leak out to the flat, trying not to be noticed and become the target of a pass. Nobody plays backside contain, and Stafford is wide open, tracking the offline pass and stumbling his way to the goal line. Here it is again against the Steelers. The defense is so focused on the run, Nobody expects the QB as an option to the flat, leaving Wilson wide open. Its rare cousin is the double reverse, where the ball is first reversed before being lateraled again, sending the ball back in the original direction. It's much less common in the NFL due to defenses being too fast and too smart, but you do see a variant of it, the double reverse Flea Flicker. The play is started by a pitch to Montgomery rushing right, who then reverses the direction with a lateral to Raymond, who continues the controlled chaos, pitching it back to Goff. The defense is scrambling to find the reverse, and only 3 players even see Goff has the ball. None of them are in a position to make a play. Sam Laporta slips his block and runs a delayed wheel up the sideline, leaving another open strike for Goff 6. And as we said earlier, this is a copycat league. Once somebody spots a play that works, it's gonna get stolen. This is the exact same idea again here from Shanahan, just from the pistol this time, and George Kittle being the recipient of the long score. As teams started keying on the switcheroo back to the QB, some bright spark stole the fake reverse from college, and then got it stolen by everyone else. The Chiefs split Mahomes out wide and put Pacheco in the Wildcat, bringing him on the sweep to the same side. He's gonna fake the pitch to Mahomes as he works on the end around, and the entire defense bites. There's more blockers than tacklers, and Pacheco calmly weaves his way to the end zone. And here's the Bears running it a few weeks later. DJ Moore motions into the Wildcat this time, again taking the ball left on the sweep and faking the pitch to Fields. The Lions get caught in a numbers disadvantage, and it's a clear running lane for the score. Football is a game that gives you 4 downs of offense to potentially gain 10 yards. But as we know, a lot of the time, a team can't get those within 3. So they choose to play the field position and punt on 4th. Or they might choose to fake you out instead. Teams will scout the opposing jammers and see how aggressively they take on the gunners. If they're playing passive, there's a chance you can catch them out. From the gunner position, Justin Watson flies off the line and angles his release inside like a normal punt, only to then bend his path sideline, turning it into an out route. Makeshift QB Tommy Townsend shows decent arm strength, catching Tyler Hall napping as he converts for a fresh set of downs. And here it is from the Jets. Again, the tape has shown that the jammer isn't going to engage early despite the press technique, and a quick cut turns him in a tangle, creating an easy floated pass for the first. Enough with all that passing. Let's see these boys run. The Cardinals scouting has revealed the second-level defenders turning their heads too quickly and not checking to see if it's punted, leaving a pretty glaring numbers advantage in standard punt protection. So Blake Gilligan fakes like he's about to kick before showing off that 5'6" speed and going out of bounds before a defender could send his ass to the medical tent. Kudos, friend, you survived the play. The more traditional form of this, again, tries to exploit a numbers advantage with teams getting too cute in formation. The Broncos try to overload the left side of the line on the rush, but this leaves an easy sideways snap to the upback who can quickly get outside and run into the open field. Here's the Lions running it backed up inside their own 20. The element of surprise is sometimes all you need to gain 2 yards. And those tricky Lions even have a fake built off of that. The ball's gonna get snapped to the upback once again, but this time he'll roll right, causing the jammer to leave the gunner for half a second thinking he needs to play the edge, and a great throw turns a turnover into a field flipper. So we've talked about the most common type of trick plays and how they also exist in the final third of the game. But there's still an area teams are scared to attack, and that's with the downfield lateral. Once referred to as the hook and ladder, a receiver will catch the ball downfield, most often on a hook route, and lateral the ball to a receiver in space. Here's a nice variant from the Chargers, needing a lot of yards on a long third. Keenan Allen will come under 2 receivers as if he's getting a drag screen, and the defense allows the catch, believing they can rally. And here's where the trickery comes. As soon as Allen catches it, he throws it back across the field to Austin Eckler, coming out the backfield on a wheel route. With the defense backed up and then biting on the Allen drag, nobody pays attention to the wheel, and the sideline is free real estate for the first. You know the Lions are going to have a variant of it, and showing their balls of steel, they're going to call it to ice the game. Amon-Ra St. Brown catches a quick slot screen before immediately offloading to DeAndre Swift trailing behind him. The defense collapses and tries to tackle Ra, and there's nobody to stop the ball getting wide, as the Lions use their 6th skill position player in Penei Sewell to clear the way. As football continues to evolve over the next decade, I think we'll start to see more of these downfield laterals, especially in open play. Risk-averse coaches have limited their usage to a few wacky plays and players, but once one team fully leans into the idea of lateraling the ball as their identity, teams are going to be forced to follow suit as the game gets broken wide open. So, if these trick plays are so effective, why don't we see them more often? Well, firstly, they often involve intricate movements and patterns that require a lot of practice to pull off. Get one step wrong and the ball can be on the floor. And you know how much coaches hate turning the ball over. Trick plays also put a decision in the hands of a player not usually responsible for this read. This halfback pass by DJ Dallas is about as bad as you can get. He'll receive the handoff from K9 in the Wildcat full house formation and thinks he has DK on an out to the pylon, but completely fails to see the hanging flat defender. The pass is offline too, and this interception takes points off the board. Skill position players can often be reluctant to dead the play too, as this double pass screen shows. The Jags are all over it, but Tyler Boyd is in a panic and forces the throw, ending in one of the most comical plays of the season. And finally, when a trick play becomes too common, teams learn how to defend it. The Ravens are all over the Bengals version of the Philly special, and Tyler Boyd feels the boom before he can do anything silly. Trick plays and how we use deception in football might be my favorite part of the game, and here's a few tips for implementing it on your team. Firstly, run them for a reason, not just because they look cool. Find a numbers or angles advantage or a team tendency you can exploit, and design the play to attack this. Secondly, one of the best things you can do to increase your chances of success is to run it towards your own sideline. This doesn't allow coaches to shout that it's coming from the sideline, and if you get in a situation where the ref is having to rule whose ball it is, the crowd pressure makes a big difference. And lastly, build it into your game script. That way you have a chance to practice it multiple times and know exactly how to execute it.